good evening, guys. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our Monday show, the Home Health Contract Show. This is your host, Bert Devera, physical therapist, and I'd like to welcome you. We are live here inside the Alternative Healthcare Career Group, live via YouTube. And today is November 23rd, 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern. If you're just now joining us, say hi in the comments section. We have a great show tonight, guys, and we are going to be having a live Q&A about home health contract. We're going to talk about things that are frequently asked as far as what the home health contract business model is. And I'm also going to show you, as usual, a case study on how we make money in home health contract business. So, like I said before, in any business that you're trying to pursue, always figure out how are you going to make money, how are you going to make a profit, okay? Who's doing the work, and where are the referrals going to come from, okay? Those are the most important things that you have to figure out, because if you are not making a profit, you don't have a business, you have a hobby. If you are doing all the work, you don't have a business, you have a job. I don't care if they pay you cash, check, credit card, or whoever is paying you. If you are doing all the work, you are self-employed. That's not a business, that's a job. Okay, so tonight it's we're going to talk about a lot of topics, different topics. It's our Thanksgiving week. So first off, I want to kick off this show tonight about things that we can be thankful for. Okay, guys, it's Thanksgiving week. There's a lot of things, crazy things that have been happening in 2020. It's our election year. COVID hit us real hard. A lot of layoffs, a lot of furloughs, and we can talk about a lot of negative things that have happened in our lives. But I also want to talk to you about the positive side. Okay, why do you have to think of things that you can be thankful for? Because, okay, because if you're thankful for something, if you're grateful about something, then it cannot take root. A bitterness or depression cannot take root in your heart. I read this book a long time ago. It's called The Traveler. And one of the best quotes in that book says, "The seeds of depression shall never take root in a grateful heart." Okay, I'll repeat that. The seeds of depression shall never take root in a grateful heart. Okay, if you are grateful, you cannot be depressed and grateful at the same time. I'm not saying that depression is not real. It is real. It's scientifically proven that depression is real. What I'm trying to say is depression and gratefulness cannot mix. If you're grateful about something, then that overpowers any depression, any bitterness, any sadness. All right? So tonight, before we kick off this show, I want to start talking to you real quick about the things that I'm grateful for. What am I grateful for? Okay? Guys, for those of you who don't know, this is my second lease on life. I had the COVID back a few months ago for 42 days. I was sick. I ended up in the hospital for 3 days. And I know we have lost a lot of lives due to this virus. I've lost a first cousin. I've lost an aunt, my mom's older sister. And it hurts. It hurts when we lose our loved ones, okay? But at the same time, we got to move forward for those who are still here, okay? I have to be strong for my family. I have to be strong for my wife, be strong for our kids. And I'm grateful that I have a second lease in life. I'm grateful that I'm still alive, okay? That means I still have a reason to be alive. I still have a purpose why I'm here. And one of the things that I want to do while I'm still alive is to really impact our colleagues, to teach our colleagues how I do my business. That way, if this is something you want to do, then you can kind of transition into something different besides working your 9 to 5 job. Hello, Brianna Wilson. Thanks for joining us. Thank you for your comment. Brianna said, sorry to hear that. Yeah, it happens. In life, we rise and fall, right? We experience different circumstances that's beyond our control, right? We all experience failure. We all fall down, but staying down is optional. This was in my Facebook the other day. Staying down is optional. Okay, you can always rise up. Okay, find that strength, that second wind to rise up again and make things happen and just move on. All right, you cannot dwell in the past. You cannot dwell in self pity. You just have to look at what are the good things happening in your life and focus on that. All right. So tonight, besides being grateful for my family, besides being grateful for um, everything positive that has happened to me, I'm so grateful with this business model that I've had since 2003. Okay. I'm very grateful that during the time when I was sick for 42 days, I had this business that's supporting the family, paying the bills, and then some. Without it, it would have been a different story. Imagine if you're sick for 42 days and your PTO is only good for 2 weeks, 14 days. The remaining days, 42 minus, I mean, yeah, 42 minus 14. The remaining days where you don't have PTO, then you're going to start tapping on your savings. You're going to start borrowing money probably in credit card. Thank God I don't have to do that because of this business that I started way back in 2003. And just to show you guys how powerful this business is, I'm going to show you another case study tonight. Okay, this is where we go down to the nitty gritty. We go down to the numbers. Again, why am I showing you these numbers? Why am I showing you how we profit in doing home health contract? Because I want you guys to see what's possible for you. Okay, I want you guys to see what else you can do besides trading your time for money, besides depending on an employer. I want you guys to see that if others can do it, then why can't you? Okay? The decision has to be made whether you want to stay where you are right now or you want to do something different. If you want change in your life, if you want change in your career, any change in the direction of your career, then you have to make that change. It just won't happen, guys. Okay? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing again and again and expecting a different result. You can't do that. You can't be doing the same thing again and again and then expect that one day the result will be different. No, you have to make a change. Okay? All right. We got a comment here, another Facebook user. Sorry if you can tell us your name. It just shows Facebook user in our screen. But he said, great inspirational message, Bert. Agree with you. 100%. I myself survived COVID. We need to keep moving forward. I agree. And thank you for your comment. Appreciate that. We got to move forward, guys. All right. So here's what's going to happen tonight. The first part of the show, I'm going to show you a case study. All right. Show you the numbers of one referral we got. And then we're going to take a short break. And then at the second part of the show, we're going to discuss the top 10 frequently asked questions about the home health contract business. Okay. Top 10. Now, if you have any questions, again, this is live, guys. It's live Q&A. I'm live right now. It's November 23rd. It's 8:40 in the evening Central Time, 9:40 Eastern, 6:40 Pacific, okay? 7:40 Mountain Time. We are live. Put down your comment section in the comment section. Type your questions, anything about home health contracting, and we will answer them tonight. All right. So for those of you who don't know, I have Jennifer helping me in the background, and thank you, Jennifer, for joining me tonight. And she just posted the link on how to understand how to start home health contract business videos. These are free videos, guys. You can get it at rehabpreneur.com / Mike Chua. Okay. If you want to know how home health contract works, go to rehabpreneur.com / Mike Chua. All right. So we're going to go ahead and do a case study tonight, and I'm going to show you one referral and how we made money and how much was the profit on this referral. This is the time to get your pen, grab your notepad, and write down these numbers, because you will realize, wait a minute, if Bert can make this profit, then why can't I? All right? Okay, so here's our case study for November 23rd. Um, this is the case of Jennifer, you can go ahead and put the first screen. This is a 48-year-old male. This patient fell from a 25 feet roof. Okay? The diagnosis is subluxation of cervical vertebrae C5, C6. Thank God it's not a spinal cord injury. It's almost, but he was lucky. And a pelvic fracture. Okay? So this guy works for a commercial company and he does roofing. And for some reason, he was not wearing a harness. I guess they did not require it, or there was no supervisor in the project area, in the work area, and he fell 25 feet from the roof. Ouch. Really hurts, right? Subluxation of cervical vertebrae of C5, C6 pelvic fracture. Okay? Next slide, please. So here's what happened. This is a litigation case, guys, meaning this patient is now suing his employer for what happened. Okay? Now, on litigation cases, okay, what happens is usually insurance is not involved. Usually it's now the lawyers. Okay? So on the next slide, I'm going to show you, I think it shows who pays. Okay? Who pays for this case? In this case, the lawyer, or the lawyer that the patient hired, will pay the home health agency. Okay? If he pays the lawyer pays the home health agency, the agency hires us to do the therapy, the rehab for this patient, and therefore, we don't bill the lawyer. Okay? Our contract is with the home health agency. Okay? So the next question is, what's the profit? Okay? Write this down. What's the profit? Okay, go ahead, Jenny. Okay, so this is the numbers. These are the numbers, guys. We bill $90 per visit per our contract, and the lawyer's office gave us 16 visits. Okay, 16 visits. 14 of those visits goes to the PTA. Okay, let me stop there. How come 14 visits goes to the PTA? Because we did the eval, and then we're gonna do the discharge. So 16 minus eval and discharge equals 14 visits that will be delegated to the PTA. Now look at the numbers. We bill $90. We pay the PTA $50 a visit. If you're a PTA and you're getting paid $50 a visit for a 30-minute job, helping someone, doing what you love as a clinician, doing what you signed up to do, which is rehab, that's very good. Right? That's a good pay. So now, since we bill 90, we pay the PTA 50, therefore our profit margin is $40 per visit. Okay? You follow so far? Okay. So this is the total pure profit. 14 visits that the PTA is doing times $40. Then our profit just for one referral is $560. $560 on one referral. Now, if I'm the PT, and I'm a PT myself, if I'm the PT and I did the eval and I did the discharge, then I can add another $90 on that $560 in the front and another $90 on discharge. So $560 plus $180, you're looking at $740 total income. However, since I'm the owner, and I don't want to do the eval, I don't want to do the discharge, I just want to delegate it, okay? I keep the $560 profit since I own the company, okay? I can pay a PRN PT to do the eval for $90, even if I don't make money on that, break even. Pay the PT again for a discharge, again, even if I break even, but I keep the $560 profit in between, okay? If you have 10 of these, referrals, $560 times 10 referrals that are like these, then that's $5,600 a month profit. Okay, that's a lot of money, guys. $5,600 a month profit. Now, let's say you're only 50% successful in getting these referrals. Okay, instead of getting 10 of those, you only got 5 of those. $5,600, 50% of that is $2,800 a month extra profit. What can you do with $2,800 a month profit? A lot. You can do a lot with that. You can pay your mortgage, you can pay your car, you can pay down your student loans, okay? Do groceries, hang out with your significant other, go on a date, okay? Or bless someone. That's a lot of money. $2,800 profit if you're 50%, successful in getting 10 referrals. Now, I have mentees and students that get more than 10 referrals a month, okay? One example is Trevor from Boston, Massachusetts. He's now, I think, doing anywhere from 150 to 200 visits a month. A month, okay? Way more than what he was making as an employee when he was working as a PT in an outpatient setting. And last week, I got a very good news from one of my students, Ryan from Louisiana, told me, "Hey, Bert, I pulled the trigger. I quit my job because my business is now making enough money to replace what I'm making, in my full-time job." You know what, guys? Every time I hear that, every time I hear someone tell me, "Hey, Bert, because of this business model that you taught me, I'm now able to do what I want, spend time with my family, quit my full-time job, and just do this full-time." Okay? To me, that's priceless, guys. Because I basically help someone change the course of their career. When I see someone change from being dependent on a job to having a business replacing that job, that's priceless to me. That's the whole goal of the home health contract business. The whole goal of the home health contract business is, go ahead and show it, Jennifer. Here's the whole goal. If you want to write this down, to do what we're good at as clinicians, but in a way where we create jobs for our colleagues, create leverage, and make a profit, not trading our time for money. This is the whole goal of why are we doing home health contracting. I'm going to repeat that again. Why are we doing home health contracting as a side business? Because, okay, our goal is to do what we're good at as clinicians. Let me emphasize that. We signed up to be therapists. We're clinicians first, okay? Whether you're a PT, PTA, OT, OTA, or SLP, we signed up to be clinicians. Now, if you're good at being a clinician, do not stop there. Do not stop in just getting paid, trading your time for money. You can have a model like this where you still do what you're good at as a clinician, but in a way where you create jobs for our colleagues. How? By giving them PRN work. Okay? You're now providing jobs to our colleagues. What happens when someone is working in a nursing home and their census is low, or working in a hospital and the census is low? What happens when you don't meet the productivity? They send you home, right? They tell you, "Hey, you can't just hang around here and get paid. You got to go home or use your PTO." That sucks. That sucks because now your PTO is used for something that you don't intend to. You want to use your PTO for vacation, right? But because of that gap, you have to use your PTO or be sent home with no pay. Home health contracting now comes into the picture, and here you are providing jobs to our colleagues and letting them know, "Hey, if you're low in your census, if you can't meet your productivity in the nursing home or in the hospital, and you want some extra work, sign up with me. If we get extra patients or if we have referrals, you can do the treatments. If you're a PTA, if you're a COTA, or if you're a PT and OT, you can do evals and re-evals." And that helps bridge the gap of not having enough work. You see what I'm saying? Because we all have bills to pay. Okay, we have all bills to pay. And I'm not recommending that you, when you do this business, for you to quit your job. Be thankful if you have a job right now. Okay, be thankful. But what I'm trying to say is, do not be satisfied with just the job that you have, because at any moment you can get laid off, you can get furloughed. There's no such thing as job security. Even the government cannot guarantee job security. How many government shutdowns have we had? A lot, right? There's no such thing as job security, guys. You're only as secured as your ability to make things happen, to produce leverage, to produce money based on what you know. Why will you limit yourself with just relying on a job if you can start a business on the side to make revenue or to make money? Why? Okay? It's like saying you go to PT school or OT school and SLP school and you're only going to learn one subject. No, heck no. How many subjects did we study? A lot, right? So now when it comes to our career as therapists, why are you just sticking to one source of income? I'm puzzled with that. Okay? That's very puzzling to me. You cannot just rely on one source of income. That's putting your eggs in one basket. Okay? You cannot do that. You have to diversify. You have to have different sources of income. Okay? Again, the goal of why I'm teaching our colleagues how to do home health contracting on the side is to do what we're good at as clinicians, but in a way where we create jobs for our colleagues, we're solving a problem, create leverage, and make a profit. Because if you don't make a profit, you don't have a business. If you're trading your time for money, that's not a business. That's a job. Okay? Even if you change who the payer is, you have to have leverage. And leverage is created when you choose not to work and money is still coming in. That's leverage. Okay? Not trading your time for money. All right. So that's that. Do we have any more slides on that, Jenny? No. Okay. So we're about to go in a short break, but again, just to remind you, to get the free videos on how this works, guys, go to rehabpreneur.com/Mike Chua. Get the free videos. It shows you the cash flow quadrant. What kind of cash flow do you want? It shows you a case study again on how we made $480 in one total knee replacement. It shows you how you can start this on the side. And then it shows you how I mentor different colleagues, PT, PTA, OT, CODA, and SLP on how to do this business from step one to step done. Okay? I show you the process on how I can help you do this. All right? So we're going to go into a short break, but don't leave. Come back and join us after a short break because we are going to go into the frequently asked questions topics. And if you have any questions, write them down during this break, put them in the comment section, and we will be right back after this short break.
HelloNote is a truly therapist-friendly practice management solution with integrated EMR that will enhance workflow, efficiency, and patient care. HelloNote reduces error and allows you to spend more time with your patients. It comes integrated with billing. Claims are generated once a note is completed. You can bill with one click and a patient portal, which streamlines the patient intake process. Beautifully engineered and cloud-based for easy accessibility, the software works on all platforms. You can access patient records from anywhere. We also offer 24/7 support. HelloNote is the practice management solution that you're looking for.
All right, welcome back, guys. That was a quick break, right? So now we're going to go into the frequently asked questions, okay? Because I get these questions a lot whenever they call me or they email me or text me, hey, Bert, what do you think of this, blah, 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 blah. So we're going to go into the top 10 questions. And here's question number 1. Do I need Medicare Part A certification? Okay. The reason this is asked a lot because home health is under Medicare Part A. Okay. So the number 1 question is, hey, Bert, do I need the Medicare Part A certification? Write this down. The answer is no. You are not billing Medicare Part A. We are billing the home health agency. The agency, the home health agency, is the entity that's certified through Medicare Part A. Okay? We are subcontractors. Okay? We don't bill Medicare Part A, we bill the agency. So in other words, how do I put it in other terms? The home health agency is the general contractor. Let's say in real estate. Let's say, home health agency is the general contractor. A home health agency is like the general contractor that bills the customer, and then we are the subcontractors. Like we're the plumber, the electrician, the carpenter, and then we bill the general contractor. Does that make sense? Okay. So that's a good thing because if you want to be a full-blown home health agency, and I get asked this a lot, okay, Bert, why don't you just do your own home health agency? It's not easy, and it's not something I want to put up with, okay? Because it takes at least 1 year where you have to have 10 to 12 patients that are pro bono before you get certified, before you get surveyed, okay? And then you have to have enough money in the bank that you cannot touch to make sure that you're able to sustain the business, you're able to pay your staff, and then you're going to need a director of nursing, you're going to need an administrator, you're going to need a medical director, a doctor on board, although they said that you don't need that now, but usually medical directors are your sources of referrals, right? What else? There's a lot of things involved, a lot of moving parts, and it's not something that I want to do. Like I said, 1 year is a lot of time to wait. Okay? If you want to do something quick, do a business like this, subcontract from day one. Okay? All right. Question number 2. Is this different from Medicare Part B? The answer is yes. It's totally different. I told you earlier. Part A is home health. Part B is usually outpatient. Okay? Outpatient physical therapy or OT or whatever. Now, do not get confused with in-home physical therapy or mobile physical therapy billing Medicare. That's still under Part B. Okay? With Medicare Part B, you have to follow outpatient rules and regulations, meaning they require direct supervision. Although there's a current exemption until January, I believe, where you don't need direct supervision for PTAs and quotas. Okay? But it's a totally different business, guys. Do not get confused. Part B is outpatient. Part A is home health. So it's totally different. Okay? All right. Next question. Do I market to doctors? Ooh, I get asked this a lot. Okay, Bert, in your business, home health contracting, do you market to doctors? The answer is no. I do not market to doctors. The home health agency does that. Okay? So if the home health agency is the ones marketing to doctors, that's brilliant. That means you're not the one out there trying to buy lunch for the doctors, trying to, you know, um, talk to whoever is in the doctor's office in front. You do not do that in home health contracting. The home health agency does it. Brilliant, right? Okay, question number 4. How much is a starting capital, or how much starting capital do I need to get started? Okay, I get asked this a lot. Okay, Bert, if I do home health contracting, how much money do I need? Okay, usually what you need is money to set up your company, all right? Small amount of money for your marketing materials, like business card, all right? You're gonna need to open a bank account, a business bank account, after you create your entity, all right? Now, when creating your entity, whether it's LLC or S corp, all right, the state fee does not change. The state fee is constant. The filing fee will be different depending on what company you use to file the what do you call this, the creation of your company, depending on what you use. But we have a company that we use, and they're very reliable, and so we go to this company, and with my clients, they get up to 10 to 20% discount in the filing fee. Okay, so to give you a number, how much starting capital do you need? For company formation, you probably need about $1,000 to form your company. You probably need about $500 to start with your business bank account. You probably need about $100 for your business cards, okay? And then you're probably gonna need for your software to pay your staff, your payroll, your invoice. I'd say anywhere from $100 to $120 a month. Okay, those are your your expenses. Okay. Now, of course, if you want to be coach and you want someone like me to teach you how to do this, that's another expense. But I don't advertise, oh, buy my course and here's how much it'll cost. I don't do that, guys, because I want to know you first. I want you to set up a call with me and see if we're a good fit and see if this is something you really want to do. And if we're a good fit, then we discuss the terms. Because there's no point for me announcing on the internet, hey, this is my course, this is how much you're going to pay for it, if I don't even know that this is what you want to do, if I don't even know if you're a good fit for this program. It's like paying for a pair of shoes that you haven't even tried or you haven't even investigated, all right? You haven't even looked into it. Okay, what do you do when you go to a department store and you want to buy a pair of shoes? You try it, you talk to the salesperson about it, you've probably researched it and all that, you looked into the reviews and all that, and then finally you make a decision, right? That's exactly what I'm doing when I'm talking to someone. I want to make sure we're a good fit, and then once we're a good fit, we move forward. We discuss the terms. All right? Okay. Next question. What is my recurring expenses? Okay. The recurring expenses usually is your monthly software cost for your payroll and invoicing. All right. Um, Pretty much that's it. Because we don't spend money on the software to document. Okay. Because I teach my mentees, I teach my students how to make sure that your crew, your PRN crew, PRN, PT, PTA, OT, and SLP, I'll make sure that your crew can use the software of the agency. Okay? You're better off using the software of the agency than finding another software, to use as the same software across the board with different agencies. And let me tell you why. If you get a different software, different from the agency that you're serving, then you're giving them another task to learn your software. And they don't like that. Okay? If I'm the home health agency, I want you to use my software so we can easily assign patients to you and we can monitor what you guys are doing. I don't want to learn another software or have one of my workers learn your software just so we can get our notes or documentation. That's an extra work for us, and we don't like that. Okay? So now one of the questions is, okay, Bert, so how do we make sure that the agency will allow us to use their software? Okay? I teach my students how to do that, how to present that. And once they present how we normally would present it, boom, they're in. Okay. One example is I have one of my students in Illinois, Adrian. Okay. He used to use a different software, and then I told him, look, you got to convince this agency to let you use their software. Okay. That way you don't rely on your own software. And when he did that, their referral just doubled because now it's easier for the patient coordinator to assign patients. Okay. Imagine if I'm the patient coordinator and I can just easily assign patients to your staff with the software I'm using. You just made my life easier, right? That is why we convince the agencies to use their software. All right, next question. Take a sip of coffee here real quick. It's good coffee. Okay, question number 6, guys. Where do I get the money to pay my PRN staff? Okay. Okay, Bert. So I hire my PRN, PTs, PTAs, OT quotas, SLP. So where am I gonna get the money to pay them? You get the money from the revenue you get, okay, from the agency. This is a pay-as-you-go program. So whenever you bill for their visits, whenever you bill for PT evals or routine PTA visits, quota visits, there's a time frame when we submit that invoice, and then obviously there's a time frame when we get paid. Okay? Usually, by the time you get paid, you now have the money in the bank to pay your staff. So that's why the startup cost is very minimal. Okay? If you want an example of an exact amount, okay, how much money should I have in the bank as a cushion to make sure things are running smoothly? Okay? It's about $2,000. If you have $2,000 in the bank as a business, capital to start, you should be all right, because you're not going to start with a ton of patients right away. Okay, you're not going to start with a ton of patients right away. You started slowly. You started 1, 2, 3, and then 4 or 5 until your patient caseload starts growing. Okay, so the money you get in as far as payment for your services is what you use to pay your staff. All right, we got a question here from Brianna. How much time passes before you get reimbursed from the home health agency? Very, very good question, Brianna. Okay, so in other words, how long do you have to wait until you get your money from the agency? Okay, so I teach my students, I teach my mentees how you get your money in 2 weeks. Okay, the reason I want it in 2 weeks, it's because you will have to pay your staff every 2 weeks. Okay, now there are cases where agencies will tell you, hey Bert or hey Brianna, we can't pay every 2 weeks. We can only do 30 days. Okay, if they do 30 days, be prepared to have a backlog or have some budget for 2 weeks to pay your staff in advance. Because what's going to happen is, if you pay your staff first 2 weeks and you don't get paid until the 4th week, then that means you're putting the 2 weeks up front. Does that make sense? Now, in some cases, agencies will tell you, and I have this contract, agencies will tell you, hey, Bert, we do 30 days, but we don't wait for 30 days. We're just telling you you're going to get paid within 30 days. There are cases like that, and boom, you get paid on time or you get paid before the end of 30 days. So I teach my mentees, my students, how to present to an agency. How do you get paid every 2 weeks or the same day as payroll? Okay? You have to present your case to the agency. Why do you need to get paid the same day as payroll or every 2 weeks? There's a way to present that. And that's probably going to be for another discussion, because it's not, one sitting is not enough. That's why it's a module. That's why it's a program where I teach you all of this from beginning to the end. All right? Okay, any more questions? Good question, Brianna. Okay, so what number did we leave? There you go, number 6. So where do I get the money to pay my PRN staff? I think I answered that already, Jenny. It comes from the invoice that gets paid. Okay. All right. Question number 7. Do I need to start a company when contracting with a home health agency? Guys, this is a very, very important question. Do I need to start a company, whether it's LLC or S Corp, when contracting with a home health agency? The answer is a big, big yes. You have to be a company, either LLC or S Corp, before you can contract with a home health agency, because it's going to be what we call a B2B, short for business to business. Okay, one business entity doing business with another business entity. Okay, if you do it individually and not as a company, then you're no different from, doing PRN work as an individual in a nursing home or hospital or outpatient clinic. You cannot delegate patients to a PRN crew if you don't have a company and you're just doing it as an individual. It doesn't work like that. Okay, then you're just a PRN therapist. Okay, is that clear? All right, cool. So number 8, we're almost done, guys, and I think we're going to be right on time. Number 8, how much is the going rate for a home health contract? Ooh, very good question. I get this question a lot. Okay, Bert, how much are they paying for a home health contract? Okay. From my experience, from my students from California to New York, write this down. The lowest, the lowest rate we can get is about $75 on the average. Okay, on the average, $75. Now, is that feasible? Will that make you have a business that's gonna thrive? Heck yeah. Okay. Why? Because if you pay a PTA $45, $75 minus 45, you still make a profit of $30, right? If you have, let's just say 100 visits a month at $30, 100 visits from your assistants, that's $3,000 profit, $3,000 passive income because you're not doing the work. Your assistants are doing the work. What can you do with $3,000? A lot. Again, you can pay down your mortgage, pay down your student loan, pay down your car payment, okay? Get groceries, put food on the table, go out on a date, pay off your credit cards. That's a lot of money. And I'd rather have a $3,000 profit than trade my time to get $3,000, okay? The late Jim Rohn, one of the best speakers, motivational speakers that I follow, I followed and still follow his videos. He said, profit is always better than wages. Okay? Profit is always better than wages. There's nothing wrong with making an honest buck. Okay, let me touch on that real quick. If you're a therapist who thinks profit is wrong because your mindset is, oh, we're therapists, we're clinicians, we're not supposed to make a profit. Wrong. I want you to change that. Okay? Change that mindset. Okay? There's nothing wrong with making a profit and being a great therapist at the same time. Because if you don't make a profit for your employer right now, you're going to be fired. Why do you think they're pushing productivity in nursing homes? Why do you think they want you to put or see patients, a certain number of patients in an outpatient setting every day? Okay? If you don't meet those number of sessions, the outpatient clinic is not going to make money. Why do you think in the hospitals they want you to see certain number of patients? Because those entities, nursing homes, outpatient hospitals, have to make a profit in order to keep you. There's nothing wrong with that. If they don't make a profit, they will fire you. No one hires you to break even. Okay? No one hires you to break even just to say, oh, we're doing this for service. Heck no. All right? We're not just doing this for service. Unless, of course, you're a nonprofit entity. Okay? Even nonprofit organizations have to make some sort of money to pay the admin people that are running it. Most nonprofits, they pay the CEO some salary, vice president some salary, the treasurer, and everything. They have to make some money in order to run the nonprofit. You see what I'm saying? So there's nothing wrong with making a profit. Okay? You better change your mind if you're one of those therapists that don't want to make a profit. Okay? I say this a lot, and I may be repeating myself from the past episodes, but I don't care. I'm going to say it again. If you're one of those therapists who tell me, hey, Bert, I don't really care about the money, nah, you're lying to me. Don't tell me you don't care about the money. Because if you really don't care about the money, what if they just pay you $10 an hour? Are you okay with that? What if they pay you the rate of someone flipping burgers? Are you okay with that after paying, so much money for your tuition fee, student loans? Nothing wrong with flipping burgers. I'm just making comparison, okay? Telling you the truth that you do care about the money. Don't be a hypocrite, okay? Don't tell me you don't care about the money, because if you don't, then why don't you just donate your salary? All right? So you do care about the money. Don't tell me that you don't. All right? Okay. Question number 9. What do I do when my potential hire is asking for more money? Okay? Money that's higher than what I'm willing to pay. Okay? And this happens more often than you can think of, more often than you think. One case study is in California. Okay, because some PTAs are seasoned PTAs, seasoned quotas, and they're saying, "Hey, I've been a PTA and quota for 20 something years, 25 years, and this is my rate." Okay, I get paid $70. I don't care if you're only getting 75. And I'm like, "Excuse me? You're asking for that rate because of your experience? Okay, do your own eval. All right? Do your own eval. Then I'll pay you that. All right? Nothing against PTAs and quotas. I hire excellent PTAs and quotas. But at some point, you have to know where your place is. Okay? You cannot demand the pay of a PT doing the eval for you or the OT doing the eval for you just because of your experience. We got experience too, and we have higher education, and that's why we do the eval. Okay? Pay what's due to someone who has that, what do you call this? What is that saying? Give what's due to the Romans or something like that. All right? Honestly, $45 to $50, for an assistant, of course, depending on where you are, all right, that's a good pay. Now, in California, if the pay is, let's say, $120 per visit or $100 per visit, and a PTA is going to ask me $60 or even 70 bucks, then yeah, I can probably pay that because of the standard of living. But if a PTA or a quota is asking me to pay them $70 and I'm only making 75, hell no. No. The answer is I don't hire those people. I don't hire them. I'm not going to hire someone just to pay them what they're asking for, even if it's ridiculous. Hell no. I'm not going to do that. I'm here to be fair. I'm here to make money, make a profit, but at the same time, I'm not going to be taken advantage of just because somebody said they have a lot of experience. If that's their reasoning, go do your own eval. All right? Let's see. Okay? All right. Number 10, how do I pay my staff? Do I cut a check? In my business model, I don't cut a check. Okay? Everything is digital, guys. You see this small iPhone right here? I run my business from this phone. I can be anywhere. I can travel. One time we went to Hawaii for 3 weeks. I was able to run the business just from my phone. Okay? That means gone are the days in this business model, gone are the days where you have to be stuck in an office 8 hours a day, 9 to 5, and you can't go anywhere. No. Everything is direct deposit in my business model, and everything can be accessed online since the documentations are online. All right. If an agency asks me, "Hey, Bert, we need your assistance on this eval. It hasn't been done, blah, blah, blah. We want to make sure it gets done," then I can go online, check on it, and talk to the therapist that's supposed to finish it. All right. So those are our top 10 questions. Any more questions, guys, before we wrap up this show? We're probably going to finish 10 minutes early. Any questions? Please feel free to write it down. Okay. All right, we got a question from Nick. Oh, actually a comment from Nick. You're welcome, Nick. Nick and Christy. Thanks for all the great information, Bert. Have a great night. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. Again, if you want to know more about this home health contracting business, grab the free videos, guys. There's 4 videos. These are free videos I'm giving to you. This is my gift to you as a colleague, explaining to you how this works. Okay? I could have charged for this info, but I did not. I want you guys to look into these free videos. Go to rehabpreneur.com/Mike Chua. Okay? If you want to schedule a one-on-one call with me, go to speaktobert.com. That's my calendar. Okay, go to speaktobert.com. It'll take you to my calendar. You can pick a day and time. This is a free call. Okay, for me to answer your questions one on one, whatever we didn't discuss tonight, you can schedule a call with me. Or you can text me directly. You can text me. It goes to my phone, and I would personally answer you and text back to you 972-649-9909. Okay, I'm probably only one of the few coaches or mentors that would text you or text you back or give them my number. Again, that number is 972-649-9909. Okay, that's my direct text, and I'll personally answer to you. And we will see you again next Monday. We do this every Monday, guys, 8:30 p.m. Central. And again, it's Thanksgiving week. I hope you guys have a nice Thanksgiving with your family. Count your blessings. Grab your pen and piece of paper or pad. Write down at least 10 things you're thankful for. What are the 10 things you're really thankful for in life? I guarantee you it will change your outlook. It will change the way you look at things. Because again, there's no room for bitterness or negativity when you have that grateful heart. Okay? The seeds of depression shall never take root in a grateful heart. Okay? And guys, if you really want to change the course of your career, you got to do something different. Okay? If you're afraid, if you have this fear, that's normal. Every entrepreneur goes through that. You think Amazon, Facebook, Google did not go through all those phases? I'm sure they did, right? For every successful business you see, guys, for every successful business you see out there, someone made a decision to make that happen. Someone made a decision that despite of their fear, they went for it. Okay? Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is doing what you're supposed to do even when fear is present. You think I didn't have the fear when I was starting my business? I was freaking afraid and was really freaking out. Is this going to work out? Okay? Am I going to have enough money to put on the table? Am I going to be able to pay my bills? Right? I had those fears. Okay? And this is why I encourage you to start this on the side. I don't want you to quit your job. Start this slowly on the side as a side hustle. It's going to make you money if you do it right, right? And then by the time you get to a point where the money coming in is equal to what you're making at your job, then you can quit your job. That's a very good position to be in. All right? You just got to start. Do not let that fear stop you. Don't have those excuses. Okay? Brianna is asking what is the name of my business. My website is rehabpreneur.com. That's the name of my company. But I also have a local company, which is, I call it Therapy Outsource. Okay? That's the local business company. But you go to rehabpreneur.com. That's where you can find the testimonials. You will see, our colleagues who took my course, what they say about my course. You can grab the videos there too, but I want you to grab it from rehabpreneur.com/Mike Chua. All right? Okay, so I hope you guys learned a lot from me tonight. And I will leave you with one last quote. Actually, I'm going to leave you with two quotes. What are the two what are the two favorite quotes that I always go to and draw inspiration from? Here's the number one quote, one of the two quotes. First quote is this: failure is never a person. It is just an event. That's from Abraham Lincoln. Okay? Failure is never a person. It is just an event. If you have failed before and it makes you afraid to try things again, do not let that get into you, because failure is never a person. It is just an event. Abraham Lincoln failed so many times in all his aspiration to become a politician until he succeeded to become the president of the United States. That's the story. Okay? True story. I'm sure you know that from history, right? The second quote that really inspires me is this: Whether you think you can or you cannot, you're absolutely right. That's from Henry Ford, the inventor of Ford Motors. Whether you think you can or you cannot, you're absolutely right. Because whatever you put in here is what you're going to follow. Okay? You don't want to prove yourself wrong. So if you tell yourself I can, then you're going to make it happen. If you tell yourself you cannot, then you're right. You won't make it happen. All right? And lastly, I guess I'm going to add another one. I don't know if this is a quote, but I read it somewhere. Those who refuse to take risk will work for those who do. Okay? People who don't take risk will work for those who do. That's the end of our show tonight. Guys, thank you for joining me. This is your host, Bert De Vera, here at the Home Health Contract Show. I will see you again Monday, 8:30 p.m. Central. Thanks for joining me. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Good night.